Hey, welcome to Flight Test. I'm Josh. Today we're going to be checking out a new FT design, the FT Super Bee. I'm yellow, I still have a hard time track. Let's go down low. That's awesome. I don't know about you, but I'm at third throttle. The FT Super Bee is actually a mashup between Dan Sponholz and Keegan Sponholz, FT Bloody Baron, and the FT Mini Cruiser. Now this little design was developed with some really big goals. We want it to be easy to transport and build, incredibly fast in the air. Because this can hit speeds of about 90 miles an hour, we wanted to make it incredibly durable, but also able to hold all your gear securely. So we put an actual piece of plywood in the nose that holds your battery, your FPV gear, and your camera. Along with this, we also wanted to be easy and safe to launch. The reason for these goals is we had a great opportunity to meet up with amazing Flight Test flying family, Shane and Heather McDowell down in Texas. Shane and Heather McDowell are passionate about wing racing, and we've actually done a lot of content with them. There'll be links down below that you can see their content and also learn about that. Because I needed to fly to Texas, I needed an airframe that could fit under the seats. When we got back and finished off the design, we made it even smaller by making the wings removable so it can get even more compact. This is a really good opportunity to take another look at wing racing or fixed wing racing and get their opinion on things like yaw control, maneuverability, and also what they thought about a twin engine platform that was able to have a lot more maneuverability and also a smaller form factor. Oh, that's good! Now the FT Super Bee is a twin engine. This gives you some really unique key benefits. There's zero torque because both the props are counter-rotating, which means you're not going to pull to the left or right depending on which way the motor's going. Also, there's no obstruction in front of the camera, and because the motors are actually pulling it through the air rather than pushing it, for its small platform you get an incredibly smooth and fast flight. The yaw control works off a differential thrust. There's no rudder servo on this, so simply to use your yaw control, you speed up one motor or the other motor to go left or right. This also gives you the ability to do some pretty amazing maneuvers, line of sight, or FPV. Now this little plane can be as crazy as you want to make it. It uses a common race quad motor, so you can use a very small motor, have a good training and very smooth experience, or you can go absolutely nuts and get over 100 miles an hour with it. Holy cow! It can go off 3-cell or 4-cell and balances with virtually any battery you want to configure with it, depending on how you arrange your motors and your battery and your camera. We had an amazing experience with Heather and Shane McDowell, but we wanted to get the blessing of the original inspirers for this design, Dan and Keegan Sponholz. We went down to Oshkosh, Wisconsin, where they happen to live very close by, and we got to meet up with them Friday evening to fly together. How's your CG here?
I don't know, I didn't really check it. I put the battery where you told me to, so I think it's going to be a little nose heavy.
I think it's fantastic. There you go. So this is so stinking cool. This guy designed a plane that we were able to mash up that made a really cool plane. What do you think?
This is crazy.
There's no torque to it, is there?
No, not really with the counter-rotating prop.
Key benefit of counter-rotating twin-engine planes, there's no torque. You just hit the throttle and it goes.
A little sketchy.
Not bad.
A handful of fly.
I think that So it was late in the evening at Pioneer Field at Oshkosh Air Adventure, and we got to meet up with Dan and Keegan. And by the way, a father and a son flying together, making memories together, but also designing together is a real inspiration for all of our flight test community, and I really want to celebrate that with them. One thing we had a lot of fun with, because it was a little dark and we couldn't fly FPV, was simply just racing around the track, using the differential thrust to do some really crazy flat spins, going vertical, and the speed on this thing when you use some really high performance motors is unparalleled. To have a platform under 25 inches long, be able to go over 90 miles an hour instantly, is incredible to watch and also fly. You don't need to be FPV ring racing or quad racing to have a blast. Flying with friends at a local park can be every bit as fun. And we got to meet up with Nick, Andres, and David at a local park. This little plane was built for speed, but also for fun. You can shoot gaps, you can point it like an arrow and shoot right through whatever you want. It's incredibly stable, even though it's incredibly small, because so much of the motors are pushing over the wings. You can turn really tight, you can loop tight, you can turn on a dime, and also the roll rate is astronomical. You can dial it down as little as you want if you're a beginner, or you can amp it up. This is a strong intermediate airplane. I wouldn't recommend it for your first plane, but maybe for your first twin engine with a lighter motor setup. Friends, I want to sincerely thank you for watching. A special thank you to Dan and Keegan Sponholes, and also Heather and Shane McDowell for being instrumental, along with Andres, Nick, and David. We really love working with communities on designs like this, and if you guys are new to flight tests and wondering about this, our passion is building airplanes out of common, simple materials that are very affordable, that can be built very quickly. This plane can be built with our free downloadable plans in an evening, or you can go ahead and buy our speedboat kit, which is now available. Look for the free video coming up on how to build it, and we'll see you next time.